Toyota produces some of the most practical and sensible cars on the planet, but they're plagued by a reputation of being uncool. The Prius we tested a few weeks ago is a perfect example, and now we have the Sienna hybrid all-wheel drive. It fits 8 people in it, it fits all those people's crap in it. It can conquer any weather with all-wheel drive, and it can do all of that while getting 35 mpg, kinda. Plus it carries Toyota's tried and true hybrid technology, so it'll be reliable. And it's less than the Hyundai Palisade and the Nissan Pathfinder we tested last week. All of that stuff sounds pretty cool to me, so we're gonna see what it takes to make this thing cool. I've been into cars long enough and been around the community long enough to understand that there's a little bit of hypocrisy that goes on within the community. We romanticize these cars that have inherent flaws, and then we complain about these flaws. Perfect example is the Ford F-150. It's like the most popular thing on 4 wheels in North America. And sure, it has fantastic utility, practicality, and we praise that for it. But we also complain then about things like fuel economy. So what does Ford do? They give us the hybrid. And then we complain about how it's no way it's going to be reliable, it's overly complicated, and things are going to break, and FORD means found on road debt, like that sort of thing. So where is it that we're going to be happy? Now the Sienna, this thing ticks pretty much every box you could possibly hope for. You don't have the towing that you would get in a pickup, but you do get 3,500 pounds, which is pretty dang good. You don't get McLaren-like performance, but the electric motors and the gas engine work together in a pretty seamless and smooth fashion, and it's perfectly adequate and quick enough for anybody that wants something like this. And sure, you won't get a Rolls-Royce quality ride, but it's quiet, it's comfortable, it's responsive, and it's pretty dang smooth. This Sienna doesn't do any one thing perfectly because it does everything well, but maybe that's the problem.
This thing has a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, and it's tied to a hybrid system. So combined, it creates 245 horsepower, which, you know, isn't that much. It's actually less than both the Odyssey and the Pacifica, but it honestly is enough for what this vehicle is. And tied with the hybrid system, it actually has pretty good pep. Obviously, the 4-cylinder doesn't sound amazing, but you're not buying this thing for its sound.
So if a Sienna can't be cool, maybe then what you do with it can be cool. Sure, you can go up a mountain road with a 4x4 off-road or body-on-frame truck, but over 55 miles an hour, you have to be in rear-wheel drive. At that point, you're definitely gonna fall off the mountain.
Plus, most 4x4s outside of a Suburban can't pack you and 7 buddies and all their gear in it. The nice thing is the Sienna is sure-footed on the snow, and it can pack you, your friends comfortably, and also have charging ports for everybody. And I look like a worm.
From 1990. So, this man is in overalls, snow overalls.
Yes.
Pants not rolled over the boot. And he has the nerve to tell me that I don't look as cool. I'm not as fashion forward, which is obviously untrue. Looking like a nightcrawler.
Wow.
Plus, I don't know if you've ever been in a car with 7 dudes, but it can get pretty loud and it gets distracting. So it's really nice to have something that's comfortable and controlled and disciplined and a unibody architecture like this Sienna. It's awesome. And that's not to mention you get Toyota safety sense, and the lane keep, adaptive cruise, and all that stuff works together pretty dang well on the highway.
Not only that, but once you're done on the hill, you can also hop back here and edit. You have a 150 watt inverter and 220 volt outlets, so you can power your computer up if you'd like. And then once you're done editing, you can show all your friends on the infotainment system. You have a TV right here, there's an HDMI outlet down there that you can hook up to. So it's packed with a lot of power. It's a van, man.
It's the world's sexiest car.
It's a van.
I gotta say, I mean, the red, this is the color of passion and sex appeal. You've got the blue indication on your
It's a hybrid,
so
yeah.
obviously it's hybrid. Of course, XSE, I mean, you get like this more aggressive front splitter, the black grille, the LEDs are pretty cool, but yeah, I mean, it's a van.
I mean, I don't know why you would get a sports trim on a van, but...
Because it looks cool. You put this on air suspension, you drop it a little bit, put some big deep dishes on it. Yeah, it'd be cool. Chrome accents on the door handle. The interesting thing to me is this body line that you get around the rear. So you get this like flared hip.
Yeah, it's like an indent almost.
It's a lot.
I actually like the way it looks. I think the taillights look good. I just wish that they kept everything black on the back. You have Sienna in black, and then you have chrome all-wheel drive and XSE hybrid. So
and chrome wheels.
And chrome wheels.
Which
so
I know you love.
I hate chrome. I mean, I think on the door sills it looks good, and on the door handles it's fine, but you know, if you're gonna go with the black theme on a sport, why not just actually execute properly? I don't know, Toyota, it's just my take on it, but...
So you feel some type of way about it.
I think it looks good overall.
I think it's the most aggressive looking Sienna that they've ever made.
You're not buying a Sienna for the looks, right? You're buying for what's inside, so should we jump inside?
Let's do that. All right. Again, this is where your money goes to work for you. This is why you buy a minivan, the interior here. So what do you think?
Yeah, so I think it's comfortable.
I agree.
It drives really well.
Sure, yeah.
I think there's a lot of room.
I think there's a huge amount of room.
There's a lot of storage, and there's a lot of charging features and things for you to be entertained with, aka the TV and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you had this thing loaded up to maximum occupancy, which would be what, 7 as it's spec today, with captain's chairs in the back, I think you could have everyone charging their phone, an iPad, and maybe even have a computer plugged in.
Yeah.
Like, there is so much charging.
Playing
here.
FIFA on the back TV.
Yeah, insane. I mean, you have this bookshelf thing up here on your front dash, so it's just a huge amount of storage, and I mean, that's what you want. You have like 19 cup holders in just your front seat.
Yeah, but none of them really fit a big water bottle, which is fine.
Which is annoying, but that's...
You have a giant middle compartment right here, which is really nice. More chargers in there as well. I kind of like this table.
Did you forget the 12 volt down here?
Oh yeah, there's another, sorry, 12
so
volt
yeah,
down
under your shifter and everything, you've got like another shelf storage area with 12. So you could charge anything in here. But yeah, I think the design comes together really well. I like the toning on the dash. I always do. It adds a little bit of contrast. So you've got the darker black with kind of like this gray plasticky stuff.
Your favorite orange stitching?
Oh yeah, my orange. Every manufacturer thinks that orange is the color of adventure, so now it's in everything.
Yeah.
It does look good though.
You have a few drive modes like sport, eco,
and normal.
But
you do have an EV mode, which is really only good at like 10% throttle and under 25 miles an hour.
Sorry, just trying to turn off the rear here. You know, it's actually kind of confusing to work the. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll just continue on. So I think the one miss for me is $45,000 vehicle van. I wish that it came with a heated steering wheel.
Yeah.
Very quiet in here now.
Yeah.
JBL speakers sound pretty good. Not the best. I mean, again,
kind of middle of the road.
I mentioned it again. Like, I think this thing's claim to fame is the reliability. Like, it's not going to win you over with the best features, spec, technology.
Toyota's reversing camera is like a fishbowl.
Oh,
that
that's
hasn't
bad.
been cleaned in like 3 months.
That's very bad.
It's pretty bad. But I mean, again, it's a Sienna, so the point is in the back, and you have the captain's chair options. The kind of crappy thing is you can't remove the second row chairs where you can in some other vans and other trims. So you can fold down the third row and you get a lot of storage back there, and you can move these seats all the way up, so you still have a huge, huge cargo area.
Yep.
But you can't actually remove that second row. Yeah. And I mean, I grew up with a van, and we moved my brother, me during college a number of times, and we always had those second row seats out because that's where you get the most space.
It's a nice option to have.
Yeah, it's great. But you've got your rear entertainment package. It's nice. I mean, it's huge, and it'd be really comfortable to put as many people as you know in here.
Yeah.
And that's the point. The image problem the Sienna has is that too many people think of it as a soccer mom mobile that only gets used to shuffle kids around and go to the store. But the reality of it is, if the Sienna was used for more interesting stuff more often, then maybe more people would think it's cooler. I grew up with a minivan, and while it was never considered cool, it was always the perfect tool for whatever I needed. It towed our boat, it moved me and my brother while we were in college, and it took me, Paulo, and 2 other friends all the way to Florida and back after graduation. This Sienna is the Swiss Army knife of vehicles and deserves more respect, especially now that it's got all-wheel drive capability and better fuel economy than a lot of economy cars. What do you think would make minivans cool? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.